So for today's video, we are continuing where we left off on that Ravnica sealed run. We are 1-1 right now. This is the third video in the series. The first one was just the deck building. The second one was a 1-1 finish. We're going to dive into more games, hopefully get better results this time around. The one loss, if you've not yet watched the previous video, was a bit heartbreaking. I felt like we started off really well, but just ran into rares that were more powerful than what we had, and we did not draw answers, so them's the breaks. We are playing green, red, and white. This is fine to keep. We have a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and even potentially a 3-drop. We have quite the curve here working for us, so open up with a birdie and see what kind of pressure we can push on. And we're gonna attack first, just on the off chance, like if they have something that they want to target with this, they might use it, and then we would drop the 2-1. You know, sequencing matters in Magic. Your second main phase is oftentimes your friend. Now we have both of our, what I call flexible cards, so I'm actually pretty okay with using this as a creature. First strike, when it blocks or becomes blocked, deal 1 damage. So even though this has first strike, this will still potentially trade with that, which is something to keep in mind here. Let's go ahead and proceed to combat. So we have to decide, do we feel comfortable with trading with this? I think the answer is yes. This is going to be problematic either way. Yep, they take the block. They take the block, and then I'm reminded about sequencing events. So the trigger goes off before the first strike damage. That was a misplay by me. I'm sure I'll hear that one endlessly. I suppose there was not much that I really could have done there. Oh, alright. Well, that will shut us down pretty well, should they choose to leave it back as a blocker. Now we do have this to destroy that, if we want to continue to push. Feeling really bad about having my 2-1 die now. We do want to get rid of this. So this time, if they block, it will actually die. Again, I feel really bad about losing that 2-1 now, but the thing about play mistakes is you kind of have to have a short memory. Just because something goes bad for you, just because you make a mistake, it's best to just forget it and move on. You don't want it to continue to affect your decision making going forward. Getting rid of the goblin, I think, is still the correct thing to do. Alright. That is a bit annoying. We're going to do this, even though the other one helps pressure and deal damage. The reason we're going to go with this is now that we know they have direct current available as a jump start, we would like this to draw a card and replace itself. And this with the 3 health doesn't die to this, so we hope this survives. And then when we play this, it'll at least draw a card before it gets nuked into oblivion. The more value we can get out of this, the better off we will be. And the nice thing about this card is that with them running red-white, even if they place like Luminous Bonds on this, we'll still get the value from the passive. Alright, they keep looking at my mana. You can see them mousing over. Oh, okay, so they're going to use basically 3 cards to get rid of this. So it's going to suck that we lose this. but I'm okay with a 3-for-1. I mean, 1 was a land, but still, that was a heavy investment of resources by our opponent. Again, we would like to have kept it around, but those were premium removal options. Alright. The land pickup is nice. Let's go ahead and get our attack in now. Then play the Rock Charger. Rock Charger is very nice when pairing it with the worm. And if we get one more land, we can develop the worm. But being able to give something like this flying is a pretty big deal. We're going to go ahead with no blocks here. Does have vigilance, but again, the flying is very helpful. And now we get our own vigil, so anything we put this on, it's not going to have a high enough health that it can potentially block that. So in this instance, we just want to go with the one I think we want to protect more, and that's the Legionnaire. Now the nice thing about this is it will also provide vigilance to like this, but also we get the +X+X, so we can threaten lethal if we draw a land. They're doing math there. They know that we're one damage short at the moment. And we are not going to block. Now we just hope for no interrupts of any kind. We're gonna target this just to diversify in case they do have something that like taps stuff down. And they do not. So there we have it. Decent victory. I'm not gonna say a good clean victory. I absolutely made a play mistake there. I forgot about the way that triggers function in terms of order of operations. The stack betrayed me. Actually, it's just that you know, I've been playing Magic for a really long time, but I admit that I'm a bit rusty. I've been playing casually, you know, paper for a long time, and I'm just now picking up Arena, as you know, if you've been watching the channel. So expect a few play mistakes along the way till I get back in the swing of things. But overall, I'm still happy with the win, and I appreciate you watching if you made it this far. Again, this is like a mini-series. We're going to continue this in future videos, so thank you, and I hope to catch you in the next video.